Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Mob Psycho 100. You guys, I am so excited. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So we had quite the action-packed episode last time on Mob Psycho. Everyone's been captured. Like, the kids that Ritsu was with have not been captured. But Mob, and the way they got Mob was so tragic because he finds Ritsu and just explodes. And when he explodes, what you see on the screen is rejection. And it's so sad to think of the particular emotions that Mob is experiencing at full blast when he explodes, because we know this whole thing with his brother has been just really tragic, and I just want them to get through this so that they can make up, because I just feel really bad for Mob, and I know where Ritsu is coming from to a degree, but it's pretty heartbreaking to watch someone as sweet and pure as Mob just kind of deal with all that. So the redheaded kid, I'm not sure where they're going with that. He's obviously very strong, and they pointed out, he doesn't have a scar or anything. So I don't know what his deal is, but we need to know more about him. So yeah, Teru, Ritsu, Mob have all been captured because Mob just passed out after he exploded. Took the other guy out. I don't know if that guy's dead or if he was, but I mean, he was foaming at the mouth. It was bad. He's messed up either way. Yeah, Dimple got trapped in that one guy's spirit pet prison where all the spirits are gonna kill each other, and whoever survives will reign supreme. Kind of scary stuff, but yeah. So last but not least, at the end we see the gang of other kids that Ritsu had been with, and they encounter Claw's boss. Now, I don't want to sound paranoid, but that individual looked very familiar to me. My initial thought was Reigen. If Reigen turns out to be a mastermind, powerful villain, I think that would be an epic twist. I kind of don't want that to happen because I was starting to like Reigen, but I honestly don't know. Or maybe did Reigen infiltrate, and since none of them have ever seen the boss, he's just conning them and acting like the boss? Is it even Reigen at all? Is it a blonde individual who I am jumping the gun about? That is very likely and very possible. But yeah, I guess there's only one way to find out. We are one episode to the finale here, so I'm sure the next two episodes are going to be pretty action-packed. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? Let's go. So it's not looking good for Reigen. Not happy about that. The wound looks like he could heal from it. He doesn't look like he got impaled. But the fact that he wouldn't wake up is not a good thing, and I'm really upset that maybe they're killing off Reigen. So I've had a lot of mixed emotions about Reigen over the last 12 episodes. First, I was like, what are you doing? You're Khan. And then I was like, all right, he's Khan, but he's obviously cares. And then I was like, oh my god, he's Claw's boss? What? And then I was like, no, wait, he's not. He's awesome. And now they're going to kill him. They've really kept me on a roller coaster here over these 12 episodes with Reigen and with everything. I love that episode. I love the scene. However brief, it was so impactful between Ritsu and Reigen. Mob, I'm sorry. I got Reigen on the brain. Between Ritsu and Mob, where Mob just says, that's okay, we got Ritsu here. He's smart. He can do things without powers that I can't do, and we'll be okay as long as we've got him. And you just can clearly see there is zero resentment, animosity, whatever, from Mob towards Ritsu. And Ritsu's like, I didn't even get to say I'm sorry, and he just hugs him. I just love it. I just love it. I love that there was no resolution needed, because it turns out, no matter what was said, their bond is so much deeper than those words that were thrown around. I just loved that. I was so worried that Reigen might be really close boss, that there would be a twist and Mob would have to face betrayal, and oh god, no. But I'm equally as upset and worried about this set of circumstances. So I love how at first I was like, oh, he's like conning them. He's going to get in by saying he never said he was the boss. I love that. I love that he was like, oh, I'm here for my subordinate. And they just assumed and let him in. And then he was able to actually convince them to like give up their crime and go and live good lives. For a con artist, he has such a solid set of morals. It's such a weird thing. And they've done that so well, because like I was saying during the end credits, you know, that scene that we got between him and Little Mob, first of all, was so wonderful and pure. And also, like, you could say, okay, well, obviously he's been using Mob's abilities, which may be true to a degree, but if that was the case, if he was really just selfish and using Mob, he would have told Mob right away in the situation they were in this episode, okay, you can use your powers, it's okay, go ahead, get us out of here, to save his own butt, you know? But he didn't. He stopped him and didn't want him to, you know, hurt others, but even more importantly than that, he didn't want him to do something that would affect him, Mob, forever, and that he couldn't come back from. And that's really profound. That's real. It really says a lot about Reigen and like his morals and his care and affection for Mob. It really is genuine. There's so much about Reigen that is so much more genuine than most people, despite the fact that he's like a really good con artist. It's a very weird dichotomy, but they pull it off so well. Teru's got normal hair again, thanks to the toy katana guy. Yeah, so the ones that were left, the mini bosses that were left, were actually very powerful. I know Mob could have like taken care of them in a second, but it makes so much sense that once Ritsu was safe, you know, obviously they had to get out of that situation, but once he kind of knew like he couldn't go to that level of desperation anymore and just like take care of it because he had no choice. He was almost going to, as they were like kind of tug-of-warring with him, like, no, you've got to use your powers and get out of this. No, don't use the powers. It's not worth it. We'll run away. And that's what kind of pushed him to get to like that high 90s%. God, I just love Reigen. I just love their dynamic. Please don't be dead. I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset. Whatever happens, this has been amazingly well done. I have so loved this season. I can't wait to see how they're going to wrap it up. Wow. It's funny because in like the first episode or two, all I could do was compare it to One Punch Man. And I have completely forgotten that it's by the same people. It is so unique in its own thing. I really wouldn't even like stop to think about it anymore. They've done a really excellent job. So, all right, guys, I'm dying to see what happens next. You're going to be able to tell by my garb that I'm going to go watch the finale now. Wow, just having a blast. Okay, hashtag prayers for Reigen. Oh, gosh, guys, I hope you had as much fun with that as I did. I am having a blast. I cannot wait to see what's next. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.